Hey kids, Pirate River here. Wanted to take a look at recent happenings with enough time afterwards to be able to be honest and realistic about it without the emotion and political diatribe that's been injected into so many things recently. So, recently we've had some attacks on people. This is going back a couple years, of course, but we have a lot of people being targeted for their beliefs. And normally, what you would think would be the historical examples: the Ku Klux Klan, the lynchings in the South. You think of Medgar Evers. You think of all the bad things that happened in the past. And unfortunately, we're not talking about those because, for one thing, we don't talk about those anymore. We don't teach them anymore. At least in the historical context. Now we're teaching them as a political concept, as a emotional concept. And people talk of reparations for things they never were. So, back on topic. With the most recent school shooting, at least I hope it's the most recent school shooting. It'd be nice if we didn't have any more, but anyway. So we have a person who, because of mental illness, had issues with society and blamed society for a lot of their problems. Not being accepted, a lot of stuff that they haven't released yet as far as the manifesto. But let's be honest. The reason doesn't matter. And that's where so many people are trying to distract us and trying to make it into something it's not. What was it? It was a person who had a mental illness, who decided that suicide was the way out. And unfortunately, they decided that taking other people with them was the way to go. Now, I'm not going to make this into something political. I'm not going to say that any one group is bad. I'm not even going to blame the mentally ill. In most cases, they don't have a choice in the matter. In this case, though, I think there's something we need to look at from the standpoint of this is a homegrown terrorist, like it or not. Someone who is using terror and murder to affect politics and emotion. And again, politics be damned. While we're looking at this, though, we have to look at it from the standpoint of this is not unusual. And when other people, not just from this minuscule percentage of the U.S. population, and it is, you actually check the percentages, it's a truly minuscule number out of 330 million people. But people are saying that they're marginalized. People are saying that they are. That genocide is happening. And I don't think they know what the word means. I think there's some Armenians and some European Jews that could, by example, or by their life stories, or by the recordings of their lives, their story, and their harrowing tales, could explain what genocide is. And I look at all this and I think to myself, that while there is no right answer, there's no 100% answer to any of it. Personal responsibility for you and your family is the best answer at the moment. You are responsible for taking care of your family. And that includes defending them. Yeah, you may choose to protect others around you. And that's just beyond the norm, I think, for a lot of people. A lot of people take it a step farther and become police officers and sheriff's deputies and take on jobs where they are, in actuality, protecting the people. But your first line of defense is you. If you look at the timeline of this incident, or others, Crime Zone video, check YouTube, check your local newscasts. But there's a surveillance video or two they're playing regularly, where a store is broken into and someone shoots back. And it takes 5, 10, 15 minutes for the police to arrive, even if they have advance notice. It takes a while. They're not sitting outside of your door, which is probably a good thing. Police scenes are never a good thing. So while we can't predict the next incident, we can't say where it's going to happen. Can't say it's a church, can't say it's a school, can't say it's the mall down the block. What we can say is, I will do what I can to protect my family, my friends, the people around me. I take responsibility for that. And what does that mean? It generally means that you're armed. And I know that's a horrible, horrible thing to say today, or to think about, that someone would carry a gun. But a lot of people have been, and a lot more people have been recently. Why? Because bad things happen to good people. And the police aren't always there. And have no legal responsibility to be there. It's a Supreme Court decision. So, if I were to say anything right now, it would be get a gun, get some ammunition, get some training, get some practice, and do what you can to protect yourself, your family, and the people around you. So we're not having to see reports of little children being killed by some activist, by some terrorist, when someone like you, me, the person at the block, can fight back and do something. I've kind of made it my slogan on this channel. Do something. Well, it's not just a slogan. It's a challenge to everyone who watched this or may listen to this. Get out there. Do something. Get some training. Protect yourself. Protect the people around you. Let's make damn sure things like this are an oddity, not the norm. All right, Prepper out.